Yeah, it's about that time. You rocking with your boy Damo Unleash and Sky Black on the Nashville Cavemen podcast. Stay tuned.
Phone on the whip with the crystals on the side. Doors flip up, yeah, we call it suicide. Creeping like the spider every time that I ride. Yeah, I smile at my haters just to fuck with their pride. And all so dope that the truth tell a lie. My $1 million dreams make a broke nigga high. Dudes get mad when they wanna say hi. The paint so wet that it make a pussy slide. Some rooftop with the wood grain grip. Ain't even raining, but the paint still drip. I'm not even traveling, but baby, I'm a trip. So she riding up the mountainside just to see the tip. Top of the world, that's what they ain't wanna be. Riding in a battle, adding to my legacy. Crystals on the chrome, yeah, the body so G. I'm a stunt so hard, niggas can't stand me.
What is going on, everybody, man? Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Or
Tuesday.
should I say Taco Tuesday, man? Hot ass Tuesday, to say the least. What is going on, man? I am your boy Damo Unleash, here with a good friend of mine that I consider like a brother, so I'm going to roll out the red carpet. Yours.
Man, hello everybody. It's another Tuesday, another week. We're glad to be blessed to wake up today, to wake up and see another Tuesday, another week, right? I hope everybody had a great weekend. You know, I was in Cleveland, Ohio. Man, before I tell you about I was at SummerSlam, Damo, how big is Ohio? Because from the middle of Ohio to Cleveland and Akron is about a 2-hour drive. Like, I didn't know how far. Cincinnati is at the bottom of Ohio because we saw the Cincinnati Bengals training. Then we got to the middle of Ohio, right, to stop. It still took us another 2 hours almost to get to Cleveland because somebody told me Cleveland's like not too far from Toronto, right?
Well, I don't know about how far, I don't know exactly where Toronto is, but what I will tell you is you're gonna drive at least from Cincinnati to Cleveland. You're talking about a good, because from here to Cincinnati, it's 5 hours. From Cincinnati to Akron is about another 4 hours, depending on how fast you're going. To Cleveland, you're talking about another 5-6 hours. So yeah, I'm guessing you guys were probably a little bit past Columbus.
Oh yeah, we passed Columbus. Yeah,
which is the
Columbus, Toledo, we passed all that. Yeah. We was past all that. I was like, because in my mind, because I used to go to Cincinnati. What's the name of that theme park in Cincinnati? Kings Island, right?
Oh, Kings Island. No, let me tell you. Kings Island it's a waste of time. The one you gotta go to before your life ends, I promise you, the one you want to go to is not Geauga Lake, it's Cedar Point.
Okay.
You gotta go to Cedar Point.
Cedar Point,
you will
right?
Be disappointed in Kings Island once you go to Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Okay, go to Cedar Point. But so yeah, so we went. So and shout out to everybody who was at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. I didn't know they had built it next to the river. What's up, Johnny Demento? Shoot, thanks for hollering at us. I didn't know that the stadium was built like right next to the lake. Have you ever been to a Browns game? Okay,
I've never been to a Browns game. I went to an Indians game when they had it.
That's right next door.
Yeah, I think they moved it, but it wasn't. Was it Jacobs Field back then? I think it was called Jacobs Field.
It's called something else because where the Cavaliers play, where the Indians play, and where the Browns play are all within walking distance of each other. It's not that far apart. You know what I'm saying?
So did you guys go to the casino?
We was at Towers, but we didn't go in the casino. We went we shopped around the mall because it's like 3 levels. And then the Superstore had their own store inside of what's it called? Towers Mall? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But
it's something Towers.
But we didn't go into what's it called? Jack's Casino? Was it Jack's Casino?
It's the Horseshoe Casino.
Yeah. So we didn't go inside the casino, right? But we were standing right there next to it. We saw people coming in and out of the casino. Yeah, sure did. But we went in there for something totally different. What's up, Faith? We went in there for something like totally different. But yeah, I was like, when I talked to them, I was like, I didn't know how big Ohio was. Like, yeah, that drive seemed like it took forever to get to Cleveland.
Now you see why I haven't been back. Now you understand why I say I haven't been back? Because
Right.
it was boring too. Because I bet you it was nothing but cornfield.
Yep. It was. It was a long, boring drive. It's like that with most states. Once you get out of the city, before you get to the next major city, it's just nothing but like agriculture. So it's nothing to look at.
But
It's
at
just
least in
boring.
Tennessee, we got mountains and the scenery changes.
Yeah.
Up there, it'll drive you nuts.
Yeah. It really will. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody back up there, man. We had a great time. I hope y'all watched SummerSlam live on Peacock because it was amazing there live in person, and we enjoyed it. We enjoyed every minute of being in Cleveland, man. It was really nice. But yeah, so again, thanks to everybody watching the show today. Y'all know tonight the D Bling radio show will be on tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and the replays from 9 p.m. Hello Jasmine, and the replays from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I know the feeling.
Y'all know how to submit the music. Yeah,
I'm telling you, he will take you out.
Man, it sure will. So submit your music to scott.black@gmail.com, and then we'll stream it on offtoprecords.net. And then once we're done, did any of them people get in contact with you that we talked to last Tuesday, Damo?
I haven't heard from anybody.
John Carroll, any of them about doing the interviews? Okay.
I haven't heard
y'all
from anybody.
don't y'all hesitate. Oh yeah, and what's his name? Malfunction. Yeah, man. Don't y'all waste time, man. Get these interviews done with Damo. He does a great job. So we can put what's up, Leela? So he can put you in the poll for the male and female artist of the year. And that's it's almost right around the corner, Damo.
It's right around the corner. We got a female trophy and a male trophy we trying to give out. So yeah, if you get a chance, reach out to me so I can get them interviews set up. Man, my weekend was amazing. I didn't have the luxury of going to SummerSlam like you guys, but I'm gonna tell you, I got to watch it at work on Peacock. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you, when Roman Reigns came out, dude, when I tell you, a chill went down, and I knew it was gonna happen, but it was still like that chill. Mm-hmm. Man, what an amazing show! It was. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, Booker T, all of them are doing an amazing job. And they're writing these stories, amazing.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's sad because I really wanted Solo to win. I didn't know Roman was coming back. Like, I never prepared for him to come back. But then when he came out, I was like, well, Solo ain't gonna win this one. It was over.
I knew Solo wasn't gonna win when the dude jumped off the top. You know, when he jumped up and he landed on him. And he hit them foods on him and he kicked out of that. I said, oh, Cody ain't losing this. They gonna have to kill him to get this belt today. They have to take him out, cause
yeah.
So man, how was it being there? How was the energy? Cause you were there. So
the energy was great from beginning to end. Like from match one to the end, it was amazing. And again, some people Roman says stay in your lane, Solo. I guess we'll find out Friday whose lane is gonna be in whose lane. But from the first match to the last match, man, the energy was great. I mean, it was kind of hot when we first got there, but when that sun went down and that breeze came off that river, what is it? Is that the Ohio River?
That's the Lake Erie.
Oh, Lake Erie. Okay, the breeze came off of Lake Erie. Oh, it was amazing. If y'all have never been to like a major one, like SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, or WrestleMania, try to go to those. I mean, the little small ones like Bad Blood, In Your House, No Mercy, Unforgiven, they're good too. But the big ones like that, when you got 60,000 people there, it's electric.
Sure is, man. I bet.
It really is.
I gotta go. I haven't been to a WWE regular match or any event, so I gotta go.
Shout out, what's up, Miranda G? Yeah, you have to, and you know, SmackDown is coming here October 4th, and then they're going down to Atlanta the next day for Bad Blood October 5th. So everybody in Atlanta, shout out to them because that pay-per-view is coming October 5th. Man, if y'all get a chance to go to any of them, man, whew, it's amazing. That's why I go to WrestleMania almost every year because it's electric.
Man, so where is it going to be next year?
So,
Is it Vegas?
WrestleMania. You talking about WrestleMania?
Yeah. Are they talking about Vegas?
It's gonna be in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's not. Oh, is it outdoors?
Now the new Raider Stadium.
Oh, I'm gonna say if it's outdoors, brother, you want to take a spray bottle? That heat is this, man. It's hotter than two right sword fighting. You know, you hear what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But it's gonna be in the new Raider Stadium. Is it Allegiance or Reliant? I get them confused. Reliant, I think, is the Houston Texans Stadium, right? Yeah. And Allegiant is the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. So it's gonna be a controlled environment, and I've never been to Vegas. And I can't wait to go because I'm the type of person I always wanted to visit all 50 states before I die. That's the type of person I am. Now, my mom has gone beyond that. She's been overseas in Europe, Italy, Alaska, Dubai. I don't know if I want to do all that. I don't know if I even want to travel on no cruise ship because that's a lot of water. And I really don't like to fly, but I'm just trying to get, as I get older, trying to do those things. So next year, going to Vegas will be my second time in an airplane, and that'll be the furthest west I've been. I think on the furthest west I've been is St. Louis, and that's like what, Midwest?
Yeah.
That's as far as I've been with. So Vegas will be like the furthest west next year.
I think the furthest west I've been, I think Louisiana is a little bit further over than Chicago because I've been to Chicago. Chicago was nuts. And it was absolutely nuts. I don't, it's nuts. But Louisiana was nuts too, man. You know what I mean? When I went down there, first of all, the heat. That heat is on a whole nother level than what we deal with here.
Absolutely.
I was cooking. I'm quite sure when I left Louisiana, I was just the same color on the inside I was on the outside.
Absolutely.
I cooked in Louisiana. And the one I went down to Louisiana, I was about 18, 19, coaching track, right, for AAU.
Right.
And we went down to Baton Rouge, and we was at the Howard and Johnson Hotel. Beautiful female down there. And I was like, damn, she fine. She smiled, and it looked like nothing but Flavor Flav. Get the hell up out of here. I want to ride back right now. I'm ready to go back to Ohio. Because could you imagine Beyonce with Flavor Flav teeth?
Oh, wow. No. Oh, my God, no.
I was ready to go.
And you know another place to stay hot, too, when we went to WrestleMania is Texas. It can get up to like 110 in Texas.
Oh, yeah,
so
I can't do it.
In the summertime in Texas, it gets extremely hot. Extremely. But
we went down in June, Sky. When we were down there, it was June. So it was like, it was about that temperature.
Yeah.
And it's humidity, no wind. And I was like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, how are these dudes working out in overalls and hard hats? I'm burning up in a tank top and shorts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the humidity is so bad it takes your breath away. It's like it's hard to breathe that air. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's why people have heat strokes.
You know what I had? I had a spray bottle. You know the spray bottle? I had one of them. Water. Spraying myself all day. I had to. Because see, when we went to WrestleMania, that was around early April. So it wasn't that hot. And it always rained. So the rain came through and kept us cool. But I'm talking about if you went like you did in June, no, the index would get to about 110 down there, man. It's terrible down. I think it should be a law to walk around down there butt naked.
Yeah.
I think that should be a law because it's too hot, Sky. Man, if I, you know what? If I can't be butt naked in them states, I don't want to go. I don't want to go, man.
Well, it depends on when you go to Louisiana. You know, if you go doing Mardi Gras, you might can walk around butt naked.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, I just read a story about Cleveland, right? You know, just a couple of days ago, they passed legislation to make marijuana recreational legal. They've got to start putting dispensaries up there. I was like, damn, well, we got up here I don't smoke weed, but we got up here 2 days earlier. Because as I was coming back home, I read that article. And then I saw the, the news about it. that they passed it. So now, if anybody in Cleveland that smoke weed, they're about to have to put the dispensaries out, like a vending machine, where you go up there and buy you some weed out of a vending machine.
I don't know why we don't have it here, right? It should be legal in all 50 states. And I tell you, and I ain't one to smoke, but I will if they legalize it. Because let me tell you, inflation is enough to drive all of us crazy. You know what I'm saying? The cost of living is stressful enough. You know, if y'all want to relieve some people's stress, make it legal in all 50 states. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, everything, I don't get why it ain't. Everything else killing us, food, medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so I don't understand why it's illegal. For what? See, the food is more dangerous than marijuana right now. Think about fast food.
Absolutely.
And you know that ain't chicken. You know they talking about, here's this chicken sandwich for $2.49. Ain't no damn chicken. Ain't that many chickens in the world. Think about it. We knew they've been growing that shit out of a petri dish.
Gotta be careful what you put in your mouth. Absolutely.
Man, you said it. You gotta be careful what you put in your mouth, ladies. You know? Nowadays, gentlemen.
Yep, nowadays, gentlemen, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Boy, you know, they need to legalize marijuana. I'm just gonna tell you. Because man, everything right now in the United States, we got food that it got ingredients that's banned in other countries. We have food that they won't sell. It's outlawed in other countries. Think about that. We got food that's outlawed in third world countries.
Nobody knows what thinks about it.
You know, and then, you know, they get you sick, and then, man, you go to the hospital, so then now you're paying even more money. They make you sick and break you. Break your body.
Absolutely. It's what they've been doing for years. They inject the disease so you can run to them for the cure.
Thank you. Ain't that some stuff? Man, y'all, we got a lot on deck for y'all today. All right, let's get into this. In New York, did y'all know that you have to be 21 years old and show ID to buy a can of whipped cream?
What's in the whipped cream? Alcohol?
So we gonna get into that.
Okay.
A woman explains why she's comfortable cheating with married men. A woman cheats on the husband, get this, in a car in front of their house. She's old. Did y'all know, and I was seeing this story, I got it on my page. If you Facebook friends with me, go on and you got to see this. And this is just wild. They got spy drones, right? That look like birds. And when I say they look like birds, they flap their wings, you couldn't even tell the difference. So, and also story time. I came across and I might start the show with this. I came across one of the craziest stories that I've heard yet today. And y'all know, I tell you it's the craziest this week, and y'all know next week I'm gonna find something even worse. But so far, today, in my 45 years on this planet, this is one of the craziest stories I've ever read. So we probably go into that first. But Sky, anything you wanted to say, man, before we get into these crazy stories?
No, thanks to everybody who's commenting and watching. Please share and like this live as we're doing it. The numbers at the bottom, y'all. So anybody, hey, you want to call in. If you have something on your mind, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or any other of the social medias, talk to us while we're doing this. We would love to hear y'all comments, whether you agree or disagree.
Most definitely, man. And like he said again, and I reiterate this, please share this. The best way you can help us is by sharing the live. You know, absolutely. So everybody that's been here so far, man, we appreciate you all. Man, without further ado, I'm gonna cut this music. Y'all gotta hear this, man. I was like, This world is going nuts, man. I don't think we have enough psychiatry offices and psychiatrists. I don't think we have enough. But without further ado, y'all know I ain't gonna disappoint y'all. Let's get into this. Hold on for a minute. I paused it and I'm trying to turn on the volume and end up pausing it. All right, there we go.
Time. 2 years ago, a pregnant side chick baby shower and shot my boyfriend. He's okay. The side chick had her baby in jail, and my boyfriend's mother temporarily adopted the boy and brought it to our home. We live in his mom's house. Our sons are months apart. The jailbird sends him letters about their love and how she wishes she shot me instead of him. He puts money on her books and writes her back. The jailbird is up for parole soon, but I've got a secret. I tested her son. Her son is not his, and I've got the DNA results to prove it. I tested my son too, and he's also not my boyfriend's child. I fear releasing her kid's DNA results may make him question my child. But he promised to marry me and get us an apartment, and I want him to do that. I don't want that other kid to live with us, though. What should I do? What that's crazy. That's a lot. All right. Hey, ladies and germs.
So,
It's absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
That is just terrible. So the only way she found out that her child wasn't her boyfriend's is because he got another woman pregnant and she wanted to run the DNA on that child. That is crazy. First of all, they don't need to be together because both of them cheating, right? She had a child that's not his, and he went out and had another child anyway. So, yeah, you're right. Too much is going on with that story. This is what did Stone Cold used to say? DTA, don't trust anyone, man. Don't trust anyone. It goes back to what we've been saying. If a woman comes to you and says that she is pregnant, whether she's your girlfriend, your side chick, your fiance, your wife, get a DNA test right then and there. Because that man would have went 18 years taking care of a child that wasn't his.
Here's my question. I wonder what made her get a DNA test on her own kid.
Because like she said, you know what I'm saying? Like, questioned all of that too.
Yeah, like, did she just say, well, while I'm getting this test mine too, just to make sure mine is his too? Like,
well, he probably would have questioned it. He probably would have, well, since you went and did this to find out that that's not mine, well, what about yours? Because I probably would have. I was like, well, if you took the time to spend the money to do this child, let's take the time to spend the money to do that child.
Man, that's nuts.
So,
and then the whole, you know,
what does the guy do? Because he got 2 kids that are not his.
He in prison. And my whole thing is, well, no, he's not in prison.
No, the girl's in prison.
The girl.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. So can I walk away? If I'm the guy, can I walk away? Because the girl in prison's child ain't mine, and the girl I told I was about to marry the child ain't mine. Can I walk away?
You know what, man? I don't understand this from fellas. Fellas, I don't get y'all. What is the attraction for being with a female that's psycho, bipolar, schizophrenic, crazy? You know what I'm saying? I don't get the attraction. I don't know if there's any fellas in the comments, but can somebody explain to me what is the attraction? I'm gonna tell you. If I was ever talking to a female and found out that she slashed somebody's tires, or she busted out a window, or she burnt some clothes, I don't want nothing to do with you, man. Ain't no cooter cat that good in the whole wide world, in the universe. For me to put up with somebody, man, that's gonna do harm to something, and females go after the thing you love most. You know what I'm saying? So if you love your car the most, that's what they're gonna go after. If you love your kids, that's who they. If you love your woman, that's who they gonna go after. Females to scorn, they go after the things you love the most. And just so happen that with a lot of dudes, it's they car. So, man, I seen the video. I don't know if you guys seen this. Well, I guess the dude was cheating and the friends, I guess, was assisting in the dude cheating. So the girlfriend went and tore up all their cars. It was a line of cars burned up, bashed up, broke up. And I'm like, man, you gotta be that crazy to do some stuff like that. And I just never got the attraction to that. I don't see it.
I don't see it neither. I have no clue neither. It ain't worth it unless I can get insurance on crazy ass women. There's no way I could put myself in that situation. But I'm still confused on the first story. Once the guy finds out that neither child is his, is he still going to marry the one, or is he still going to send money to the one that's in jail, or he going to walk away, or is he going to take care of both kids? Like, what? How do you do that?
Man, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But there's a woman, because again, I've assisted in that, and I didn't know what's up, malfunction. I assisted in that one time, and I didn't know. A girl was like, "Can you take me somewhere? I need to pick something up." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So we pull up to a house, and we put on the other side of the street. I'm sitting in the car looking stupid like I always do. She gets out of the passenger side, and she goes over, and she's like bending down, but I can't see what she's doing. And so she's still over there. I'm like, what is she doing? So I get out and get over there, and then she had a knife about this long, trying to slash the tires on the car because she knew her boyfriend was in that house.
Oh, your brother?
Yeah, but she never told me that. She never told me what she was trying to do. She just asked me.
Her dude on another dude's car or on your car?
No, on the dude's car that she was dating, quote unquote dating.
Oh.
She found out that he was in the house with another woman. So she wanted to go over there and slash his tires. And I told that heifer, if you don't get your ass in this car and let's go, I'm going to leave you because I didn't know that you was out here trying to vandalize somebody's tires. And, she was just trying her best. And if she could, she would have slashed all four of them. Whatever tires he had that day was some good ones. Because when I tell you she had one of them, what was that man called? It's like, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Hell no, not a machete. Yeah. It wasn't no machete kind of knife, was it? Damn.
Yes. And she was out there trying her best to stash them tires. I stood outside one time with my homeboys in Edge Hill, and these girls came down the street, and all of a sudden they stopped. We knew who they were. We thought they was getting out to talk. Man, they egged this boy's car right in front of us. I mean, egg splatter everywhere. Then they went on the other side of town because it was 4 girls going after their boyfriends, and they knew where each boyfriend was. Then they went on the other side of town and egged his car. Then went over so by the time we all put it together, they were egging all the guys' cars who I guess had done them wrong. But I happened to be at one of the cars as they pulled up, and when I say they were shooting them eggs out, they were throwing them eggs. I mean, they were splattering everywhere. We didn't know what was going on at first until after they left. We saw egg all over the place, man. That is crazy.
Man, I tell you, man, that to me, and you know,
right? Yes, that's who it was. Malfunction. Yeah, he said that's not a knife. This is a knife. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she had too.
Man, you know the crazy part, like, and this is the part that scared me away from crazy women, because if they do harm to you and your property, they'll do harm to your kids. How many of these stories we see where the women take it out on the kids because they mad at the baby's father? How many stories have we seen like that?
Yeah, well, I ain't seen it. I was physically there sometimes. That's what I'm saying, man. The hood will fuck people up. They know why people that come out the hood is crazy because of the stuff that you see. It's just crazy. And Calvin, it reminds me of a chick that you knew. It reminds me of a lot of chicks that I knew. There are good people in the projects and in the hood, but the economy there and the things that people do will drive you crazy because they rationalize it. Who rationalizes going over somebody's house and slashing tires? Why don't you just knock on the door and say, hey, tell such and such to come out here? I had a friend named Michael Chapman. I don't know where he's at today. He was telling me a story where his wife caught him with another woman. He was upstairs at her house. His wife pulled up. She got out the car and yelled, Michael, I know you in there. Come out. Michael, I know you know, just making a scene. So he got to go and put on his clothes, came out, and left. She could have done that, Damo, but you in the middle of the night slashing tires, now you talking about going to jail. And then my dumb ass looking stupid, not knowing, they ain't gonna believe that I didn't know. I'm free to go to jail for assisting. Oh, look, I didn't have a clue.
I'm with Faith. That is too much energy. You know, I ain't want to be checking no phones, to be putting no PI on you or none of that. You know what I'm saying? If I got to do all that, it ain't worth the energy. It ain't worth being with a person if you got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Huh?
I said, a lot of these people don't take time to vet them. What do you say, malfunction? The mother is using the kids to hurt me. I know, man, and that's crazy. Why would you use the kids? They're innocent. They didn't ask to be here. You know?
It go back to what I'm saying, Sky. The thing that men need to know about majority of women. This ain't all women, but a majority.
Hold on. Damo, please say that again, because there's a girl that's listening who claims that every time we talk about women, we always talk about everybody. Please say that again.
It's never all women. I don't care what we're talking about. It's never all women. The same way when females make comments on dudes. It's not all dudes. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gotta make that. It's a majority. What's up, David? It's a majority. A majority of these females, when they mad, they'll find the thing that you are attached to the most, and they will hurt back. If it's a car, they'll damage your car. If it's your kids, if you love your kids, this is why dudes don't be attached to kids when they break up with the mother. I want y'all to hear this before I move on to this next story. Most dudes detach themselves from the children because the more, and men and ladies that's on here, y'all can attest to this. The more that a lot of men show that they love kids, the more that women will use them kids to hurt the man. We know somebody that was a part of this show that's like that right now. I know a dude that's like that. He loves his kids, right? And his baby mama know that he loves his kids. And she will do everything in her power to use that to hurt him. And she knows it hurts. So that's what she does. That's what she do. She used the kids.
Absolutely. Malfunction, what time Friday is it starting? Let me know what time is going on. Yeah, Damo, you's absolutely correct. So that's why, man, that's why even in long-term relationships, you still have to put up a wall, right? I tell folks there are still parts of my life that you will never know. There's still places I'm going to go, things that I'm going to do, things that I'm going to have that nobody will know. Only me and God, not my mom, not my wife, not nobody. Because when you give somebody, in my opinion, 100% of your life, then they know what buttons to push, right? These girls know, like you said, they know your car is your favorite thing. They know how much you love your kids. They know where your money is hiding under the mattress. They know on Tuesday nights you like to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and drink and then come on. Like, they know too much about you. It should be a part of your life, even if it's a small part. I don't care how long you've been married, that you should just be able to keep to yourself. So when you need a place to go, and just have a conversation with yourself, a strategy. You ain't worried about nobody finding you, nobody kicking in doors, nobody calling you, nobody sneaking up on you, all that good stuff. But we've been taught that if you're in a long-term relationship or if you married, you have to know 100% about each other. And I'm always against that. I'm like, no, dude, it's going to be a part of me that's a plan B, just in case you don't work. I got a backup plan. I just can't give 100% of myself to something or somebody, and then when they walk away, there I am looking ass out, stupid. So, you know, because you can't hurt what you don't know. I guess the point I'm trying to make is you can't hurt what you don't know. Same thing with divorce lawyers. They can't get what they don't know, because a lot of things that I have is not always tied to my social security number. So if they don't know that I have it, you can't go after it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, this next story that I'm about to get to is wild too.
Okay, malfunction 1. Okay, and you're right. Too many parents are trying to be their kids' friends and not their parent. You're right. Go ahead, Damon.
I think you almost got to be both. I think you almost got to be their friends and their parents. And let me elaborate on that. Kids, we tell everything to who?
Parents.
Our friends. Yeah. Your kids' friends should never know more than you know. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason why where parents mess up is you can, like friends, we discipline each other.
Right.
We hold each other accountable. See, parents think just because they got a certain relationship with their kid that, you know what I'm saying, they can't hold them accountable too. Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? But you want your kid telling you things that they will tell their best friend. The problem is a lot of times, by the time the parents find out, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of parents instill so much fear into their kids that the kids are afraid to tell them anything.
Absolutely.
So this is where whoopings can be at a disadvantage also. Because, man, if your kids become afraid of how you're going to react, then they're going to tell you it all. If they already get a perception, well, I know if my dad or my mom learned about this, that they're going to react this way. You don't never want them thinking that, because that's when your kids get to hiding stuff from you. That's when they get to doing drugs, and by the time you find out, they already pookie. You want to catch them at the beginning so you can have an adult heart-to-heart talk with them. But, man, I want y'all to listen to this. This is nuts, too. Dude, hold on. Let me make sure I rewind this all the way back. Because I was like, what?
Pat caught me cheating.
In the act?
Yes.
How did you catch him?
Coming home from work, and this is hard in the parking lot. Can I say something? Okay, the reason for me cheating when I did it wasn't right. I was intentionally trying to hurt him, so I was not trying to hide that I was cheating. I'm not gonna lie, I was intentionally.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to respond, but I want Mr. Hunt to finish the story about what happened in his car.
Yes.
I want to know what happened.
Okay, so when I walked to the car, I heard noises and I knocked on the window, and she blatantly gave me a look like, so what? You see what I'm doing?
And what was she doing?
Cheating. She was with the guy doing whatever she wanted to do.
So your wife was having with another man in a car out front of your house?
Yes.
Mr. Stephen Hunt, you are not the father. You are not the biological.
No. Who did that picture? No, it's no possibility of nobody else being her dad, except for the guy that I cheated with. But
the DNA doesn't lie. Do you know how to find the guy from the car, the one you purposely had? Do you know where he is?
No, I don't know. Now there's even so much more questions. Like what I'm going to do, start bringing all my kids up here and just start testing them off. And these are things I'm going to think about. And I swear when I cheated, I'm not like this. I cheated. He had caught me, actually. Had caught me cheating.
In the act?
So she said, did you hear the end part?
Mm-mm.
I ain't mean for it to turn out like this.
Then what did she mean for it to turn out to? I'm confused.
Man.
And again, go back to the point. We're not talking about all marriages and all relationships. We're just talking about the majority. So this is why we try to tell these guys. And you're right, Malcolm. You can't stick your kids no more. You can't get paddling. Teachers can't paddle. It's crazy because think about this, y'all. They don't want you to paddle your kids or punish your kids at home or at school, but yet you want to write legislation for teachers to have guns. I can't paddle the kids, right? But I can walk around with a gun because I'm more worried that a child is going to come into the school and shoot up the place than I am a mother being upset because I reprimanded her child. If you put spanking and paddling back in school, teachers won't need guns. They won't. Because now you'll be able to discipline these children enough to where they would think twice before they want to come in with a gun and start shooting the place up. But when you're not paddling kids or disciplining them, what are they fearing? They're not fearing anything. So yeah, they're going to go pick up a gun and go into a school and start shooting. So I'm just confused about that. So, but anyway,
let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think, is a good question. I hope Faith and them still here because I would like to hear their opinion on this too. At what age do you think that is, that it won't work? That paddling, spanking, it won't work. Up to what age is it good to use for?
Me,
because I already got my idea of what age I think. Okay, past this age, I got to change how I discipline. So, at what age do you think it should stop?
After before they turn teens, right? So before 13, because even at 7, 8, 9, or 10, man, kids are still in that age where they will try you and cross the line. So I think by the time they turn teenagers, the paddling should end, and then you more of punishment, groundings and taking away Nintendos and all that old stuff. But from the time they can understand right and wrong to about 10, I think a good paddling will, because then by the time they get into high school, I think that you have disciplined them enough to say, and I ain't talking about child abuse, I'm just talking about just, disciplining, that they don't act up in high school. Because to me, when your child turns 14 and get into the 9th grade, they probably are who they are. It ain't no changing. They're done. So if they brats, they brats. If they yes sir, no sir, then that's what they are. But a lot of us, not everybody, because I know folks that got paddling so much that hell, they ass, I don't know, they had an ass left and still became criminals, But the majority of us didn't, because we understood as we got older, the reason we got in trouble was it was a teaching method, not just I'm an adult, you a child. It's a teaching method. So that's why I say maybe around 10 or 11, I would probably stop.
Me, I'll tell you this. For me, because most people, I think that will be the answer, from 10 to 13. For me, it's at the age that you can comprehend. It's at your age of comprehension. So most 4, 5, 6-year-olds, they don't really have comprehension, right?
Right.
I think when it gets to 7 or 8, at that point, you got to build some kind of line of communication. And it kind of worked, I think, with parenting. For me, it kind of got to be like a psychologist, right? Or not psychologist, psychiatrist or a therapist.
Right.
When you go to the therapist is not there really to fix your problem. What the therapist does is they let you talk through your problems and figure it out yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with parents, they talk at kids and not to kids. Meaning with my kids, I always told them, even before they was able to comprehend what I was saying, I was like, I want y'all to be thinking women. So that means that when you do something, I need you to explain to me why I'm upset. If you figure out I'm upset about whatever it is I'm upset about, then I need you to understand why and break it down. Because I can tell you, but you may not understand it. It's kind of like me in school being a teacher and telling you, how to solve a problem. I can tell you how to solve a problem, but it don't mean you understand how to solve the problem. So I think it's always better to let the kid kind of figure it out. Because we got to do it as adults too. When we make mistakes, we got to think things through. Okay, I was wrong and I could have did this better and I should have approached this like this. And I think that people don't give kids that power. They dominate kids because they know kids got to depend on them. So it's what I say, and they talk at kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? But people got to understand. One day you're going to return to child form, and they're going to be the adult. So you got to be careful how you treat them when they're young, because they'll treat you the same way when you get old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? And I'm glad that you're saying this, because it just sounds like that between you and your children, y'all are breaking that old school way of thinking. Because if you teaching your children this, when they have children, they'll do the same thing. But prior to me and you,
You know what, Scott? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Well, let me break this down, because I grew up with whoopings too, and it was borderline abuse, right? And what I mean is, you know, when you tell somebody to go find a switch, and then when they get a switch, they ain't big enough. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like a slave owner telling the slave to go get a whip. That whip ain't long enough. I was sitting down, and thank God for social media, because you will see these videos of parents disciplining their kids. And you know what? I was watching one where this woman was, the way she disciplined her kid, it looked like an old slave movie. And I was like, damn, we do our kids the same way.
Absolutely. That's what I was getting at. That was the point I was getting to. Yes, you took your words right out of my mouth.
And they do it out of anger. Because when people whip their kids, they not in a mellow mood. They angry.
They're angry, right?
So, you know what I'm saying? I was like this. My two oldest ones got whoopings more frequent than my youngest. My youngest one probably don't even remember getting the whooping. And my oldest one was like, well, Dad, why did she get less than us? Because I had to crawl. I was like, man, the light bulb went off, and and when y'all got to 7 or 8, I was like, if I don't form some form of communication with y'all, I'm never gonna have that. I gotta have the trust in y'all that y'all could come to me and know that I'm gonna respect y'all enough to not to react in the way that's crazy, no matter how upset I am. To have respect. But we got to do it at work. We can't go to work and somebody do something to work and then we haul off and jump on without there being consequences. You know what I'm saying? So if you spank your kids, it got to really have a purpose behind it. Right. And most of the time, once they comprehend it ain't no purpose. Because they look at it like, man, because think about this. I'm going to leave with this. How many times have women jumped on men? Men jumped on women. And the man said, I whooped you out of love. I jumped on you, but I love you. What did that sound like?
A parent on a child. You're right. And that was the point. You took the words right out of my mouth. That was the point. Because it goes back to, like I said, when I was 13. So when I was born, slavery had ended 113 years ago. That's not a long time. That's not a long time at all. So all Black people knew is whippings and discipline. And then you have to try to teach your kids in the household, like, I'm whooping you and I might be abusing you. And it might hurt today, but I'm trying to teach you that when you get out to this world with these white folks, what they're going to do to you is going to be much worse than this belt and this switch. You see what I'm saying? Because back then when they whooped us, we didn't have nobody to go to and cry to and nothing else. So I'm trying to teach you that in this world, I'm whooping you because you did something so bad that if the white man get a hold of you, he might hang you, shoot you, kill you, or put you in jail.
It ain't even about the white man.
As I got older, I'm starting to realize why they whooped us the way they did. But I'm also glad that you are trying to make a change with that, because eventually things change and grow. So down the line, if there's another better way of disciplining kids mentally instead of whooping them, I'm for that too.
You know what? If we can't communicate with our kids, how are we going to communicate with our significant others?
Yeah.
People can't even build a healthy line of communication with their kids.
No.
So how do you expect to have a healthy relationship with your significant other? You can't even talk to your kids, and they came out of you, both men and women. So we need to think about that. Plus them seeds, I'm telling you, man, people that don't like spousal abuse, them seeds are planted by parents. Parents don't even understand the things that they tell their kids. You know what I'm saying? They plant them seeds. Mama watching her boyfriend or her husband jump on her. The father spanking the daughter. And then telling her, when he see her cry, I love you. I did it out of love. Them same seeds, that same stuff, the men tell the women when they get older, and the women hear from the men when they get older. So them seeds is planted by a lot of parents. And they don't even get it.
No. And again, you're right. And again, if we go back, I don't even think they care, to be honest with you.
No.
Being black, having black kids in America at a certain time, this is all they knew. Because hell, even probably by the time I was born, a lot of black people probably still couldn't read and write, to be honest with you. So this is all they knew, is just hard work and discipline. Because if you talk to your granddad or your granddad, he's probably going to tell you hard work and discipline made him successful. Because that's all we knew. That's it.
Well, here's the thing. Discipline don't always have to come in the form of a whooping. Why do we think?
I agree with you. I agree.
Like what a lot of parents, man, to parents out here not whooping. You ain't got to whoop your kid. Make them do push-ups. Make them do sit-ups. Make them work out. And let that be the punishment. You know what I'm saying? The military, they discipline kids. You mess up, they make you work out. They make you get up on the ball, hold your hands out. Mm-hmm. Why can't we do that? And that's discipline and promoting health. Think about it. You're promoting a healthy lifestyle and you disciplining your kids.
Well, growing up, a lot of my constituents went into the military.
Yeah,
that's probably where they got a lot of their discipline from anyway, without the whoopings. But yeah, I like it that we can find a different way of disciplining our children. But then sometimes the way this world is going, I think at least you should have the option of paddling. It, like Faith said, it don't have to be the first choice, but it still should be a choice. If you're against corporal punishment, what they called it back in the day, and paddling, that's fine. But if you in a classroom, especially in an inner city, let's just say like Detroit or somewhere, and these damn kids are bad as hell because they mammies that had them at 16, 17, so these kids are bad, you might have to pull out that paddle. I'm sorry. It just might have to sometimes.
I think of it like this. It worked, for us in school, but I think a lot of times and I understand why they took it out of schools. Because a lot of schools don't really understand the home dynamic. You don't want a kid getting abused at home. Then he come to school and he act out because he trying to release what he going through at home. And then you also paddling them at school. Because they're not going to help them. So I think if anything, they need more therapists in school. And not therapists that's just there to try to take the kids out of the home and all that. I'm talking about therapists that's really there for kids to be able to express themselves without punishment.
Well, hopefully it gets there, because right now I'm not in agreement about teachers and principals carrying damn guns in school, because I don't really see the purpose of that. I want guns out of schools, out of churches, out of places that ain't supposed to be there. So if I had a choice between a paddle and a gun, I might go lean more paddling than teachers and principals walking around with these guns and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not comfortable. I think they need to have them in schools, but I don't think teachers and principals need to have them. I think it need to be cops. I think
security walk around. Yes.
There definitely needs to be somebody, at least two people that's in different half of the schools for safety reasons. The world is too nuts, you know what I'm saying, for it not to be, but I'm with you. And the reason why I don't want teachers and principals and them carrying them, because a lot of them touch kids. I don't trust a lot of these teachers with any weapons, because a lot of them sexually involved with kids. So for that reason alone, I don't want teachers and principals having any weapons.
Absolutely. Now, to what we just got through watching, everybody is not the same, right? So if the husband comes outside and looks in a car, especially if it's his car, and his wife is having sex in the back seat, if he would have pulled out a gun and shot her and shot the person, I wouldn't have felt bad.
Man, I don't even know how she made it to court.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's trigger is different. Most people be like, you know what, you can have her walk away. But some people, no, that's you writing a death sentence because you're being very disrespectful. Very.
Man, why did he feel like he had to walk up to the window to see it? I mean, didn't he see the car like this? You know what I'm saying? He know the car ain't got shit. You ain't on the West Coast, brother. You know what I'm saying? You see that hood bouncing up and down? Why you feel like, and then your car was foggy, do like this? I mean, the window, man, I couldn't have did it. If I'd have seen that car bouncing like that, I think I'd have just let out a couple rounds. You know what I'm saying? In front of the house.
you probably done a couple years and got out because, man, you can't do that, man. That's. But again, man. I don't know if he knew this about his wife before he married her or what. Like, you don't know people. You know, people put on a mask, and you've dated this woman, and you thinking that she's this nice Christian lady, and then you come outside one day and she's cheating on you in front of the house. Or was this a buildup? Did he see it coming? Like, oh, she ain't coming home no more. She's coming home late. She
said she wanted him to see it.
Yeah, she wanted him to see it.
And my thing is, he said he looked at her, she looked at him, and then kept doing what she doing. So that made me wonder. Did she just come up like this? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep going. I got questions now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she said he looked up at her. I'm like, oh, man, dude.
I know. And it goes back to my old school thing. It used to be honor among thieves, right? Honor among thieves. Back in the day, if you was going to cheat, you found you a woman in another state, another city. You didn't do it in front of your significant other. Vice versa. You know, it was some type of respect in cheating, if that can be said. You know what I'm saying? It was some type of rules in cheating, if there were rules. That, that's gone way beyond that. Yeah.
It ain't just the fact that she just cheated, but it goes back to this, right? I mean, man, are y'all just allergic to condoms and stuff? If you know you gonna cheat, there's no protection, none, no contraceptives, nothing, no morning after pill,
nothing. I don't know how condoms are still in business.
That's nuts. That's nuts, man.
How are condoms still in business? That is one stock that I would not buy. You couldn't pay me to buy stock in condoms. I'm sorry, because nobody's using them.
Man, I just don't get it. Like, if you know that you're going to be grimy like that, right? You know you're going to be on that. Why the hell would you just be unprotected? That's nuts. And then she said that the judge asked her, can you find a dude? And she said, or do you know where he at? No. What? So you don't know where this dude at? She probably don't even know the dude's name.
Nope. Was this during the day or at night when he found in the car?
It had to be, man, I don't know. It had to be at night. Because there ain't no way during the day they got the damn car rocking like that in front of the house. Because you know, in the hood, like, this got to be, because no, I don't care where you at. If somebody seen that, they going to stop and look and be nosy. They'll surround the car.
Neighbors.
So it had to be at night.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy in hell.
Because could you imagine? I mean, we ain't nosy people, but man, if it was like right across the street, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be nosy. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't going to lie. I'm be nosy.
Right. And I'm sorry, y'all. We ain't trying to make it seem like that all relationships are doom and gloom, but man, you better start vetting these women that y'all about to start talking to, man. But they've gotten to the point where they've gotten that bold, and that was his wife, right? You said wife?
Yeah.
They've gotten that bold to where they're gonna sleep with the other guy in your car that you probably paying the car note for.
Man,
in your face, and the neighbors are looking, and she done rolled the window down or whatever, and looked at you like, okay, what? Can I finish, please? Like, what the hell?
He looked at him and was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, kept going.
Man, that's crazy in hell, man.
Oh man, that's nothing crazier than this guy. I got something even crazier.
Okay.
Cut this music off because I was like, man. This nuts. Hold on.
You really asking me for my identification for whipped cream? Huh? Huh? The New York State policy ID for whipped cream. Oh, that is a new thing now. That's what I tell. To get high. Yo, that's weird. You really asking me for my identification
in New York, y'all. Hold on, let me.
Huh?
So in New York, they ask you for ID if you're gonna buy a can of whipped cream. Reason being,
go ahead.
Because people use the can after it's empty to get high.
What? What's she doing? Sticking the nitrate up her nose?
The nitrate, man.
Damn. I remember winos would drink Scope and mouthwash for the alcohol that was in it, but I've never known nobody to use the aerosol can after you spray the whipped cream to get high with.
People would get high off of anything that they could get their hands on to get high.
Oh, well, let me tell you one more story that I know for a fact. So I seen a junkie back in the old school, y'all, especially y'all young people. We didn't have the little shark antennas on top of the car like you do today. We had the little metal antennas, right? As the cars got better, sometimes they would go down on their own. But the ones I grew up with stayed up. They didn't go up and down. It was on the side of the car, on the driver's side. That's how you picked up the radio. It's just a little thin metal pole that was your radio antenna. You remember those, Damo?
Say that again.
The radio antennas on the car back in the day, that was on the driver's side. There was metal.
Yeah, long ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some would go up and down. And you turn your car off, it would go down. But when I came up, they didn't. They stayed up.
You had to either pull them up or they stayed up.
Oh, they stayed up. Absolutely. So the clunkers of the fiends would break it off. Yeah, you would come outside and your damn radio antenna's missing because they would break it off, put the crack in it, and smoke it through that way. And then imagine, this damn thing is kind of metal, so it's getting hot. So some of them would buy like mittens that you use to put things in and out of ovens, and would hold it, put the crack in one end, and smoke it. So that's why I'm thinking when you said people will get high on anything, you made me think about in the 80s when people were stealing radio antennas off of cars to smoke crack.
You know what it is? Let me tell you. It's nitrous oxide.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
That's basically what it is, laughing gas. So that's nuts. And did y'all know that this is something that they brought in the law in 2022. This ain't a new law. This has been going on for the last 2-3 years. So that's nuts.
That's extremely nuts. That people are that smart to know how to get high. If they use their brains for other things, Damo, how better would the world be? But some of the biggest junkies in the world are very intelligent. Because like you said, the average person like me would have never thought that. Would have never thought about that. Soon as I'm done with the whipped cream, I'm throwing the damn can away. I would have never known to look at the ingredients and know that that's what's back in there, helping push that damn cream out of that damn can.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. I can't picture it. I mean, I can understand it, the can being empty, but I can't picture it.
Are they shooting whipped cream up their nose? Or
no, I'm guessing they emptying it out, and afterwards, the empty cans, you know how you can push that tab and
it still shoots stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, is it the air? Is it, man, that's nuts. That's nuts.
But then, even though we're talking about addiction, what is going on in this world to where you have to do that? How bad is the world going to where you have to take an empty whipped cream can, Cool Whip can, to get high with? Again, it just reminded me of the winos. I was like, why is he drinking mouthwash? It's because there's alcohol in it, and that's just how he's getting his fix. I was like, what? That's nuts. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Yeah, just like when people huff paint. Now that right there is probably stronger than cocaine, huffing paint. If you can do that, you have my respect. You open a can of paint, it almost knocks you over.
Man, your life got to be real. You got to be real stressed out to get high with cream.
Yeah, you do. But the crazy part is, it has to be enough people to do it for them to even turn it into a law. They're not turning it into a law because one person is doing it, 2 people are doing it, or 100 people are doing it. Thousands of people got to be doing that for them to even bring it to the floor to turn it into a law.
Right.
That's correct. And you said what city and state is in?
New York. New York.
I'm okay, Rachel. How's everything going up there? Yeah. Well, hey, y'all, stay out of New York.
Yeah. And I tell you what, staying out of New York, y'all better stay away from this woman, because, boy, she playing with fire. This lady, y'all, she playing with fire, y'all. Hold on. Let's get to this next one. Cut this music right quick. I said, she really playing with fire. I get it, but
I miss you too. I'm trying to get back up there to see everybody. Is Johnny and Chloe still throwing shows up there?
All right, here y'all go. Without further ado,
that is a proud side chick to married men, and I want you to hear exactly what she says. Why she loves to date married men.
At this point in my life, it's convenient for me to date a married man. Very convenient. I don't think I'm destroying anybody's home because their husband is my supposed boyfriend. That's not my business. You make married men that 6 months, 3 months, they don't have sex at home. But they want to kill every day. They come to their girlfriend's house. They want, as they enter, they want just they do. But at home, there is nothing. So how you go? So that's my fault that you're not having fun at home, and then you can have that fun with me a million times in a day if you so wish. You will always come to me. Once the man is married, yes, he should be out of bounds. For who? Life is preference, right? I like to date married men. You cannot date married men. Let me do what works for me. Primary thing that keeps the man coming back is the sex. It's not anything else.
Now that woman think it's all fun and games out there, especially places like Nigeria.
Yeah, she playing with fire.
I know a few girls like that. I know when I go back to Ed Sheeran and I talk to them, I know a few. I don't know if they still do it now, but maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they said they love being the side chick. They love it. He helps pays the bills. He comes up with the great sex. He might bring food, might be a movie night every now and then. But guess what? All his problems, his mental problems, physical problems, emotional problems, beating on women, can't keep a job. See, the main girl got to deal with all that. The side chick,
that's why they go nuts. And you know what, Sky? That is why people go nuts. Okay? Because they do all this stuff. They got to do all this stuff for you. Right? And I think men even worse. We lose it even more. But you think a woman cooking, cleaning, she gotta, be your assistant, do all of this, cater to you, and then you really go and give yourself to somebody else? I understand why she would go nuts. I get it. And a lot of these dudes, when they do it, man, they don't even like a lot of these dudes when they go do that, they don't even have respect for their chick. Meaning that they ain't even trying to hide it. They ain't even trying to hide it for their chick. They not. You know what I'm saying? And just like that chick, man, when she said, I wanted you to see it. I think a lot of dudes are like that. They don't be caring. But man, y'all seen that thin line between love and hate. Y'all better quit playing with these chicks out here.
Absolutely. I mean, because it still is a bad part about it. I mean, morality, you know, is a bad part. I've seen a movie where the main chick killed the side chick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, it's still kind of, it's still a bad part to it. But the main thing is the side chick ain't married to you. You need to check your husband and find out why is he going out having sex with other women than you. And I can just tell you because he's a man. And if you have, and I've said this on other videos, if you have a man, most, not all, most, with a great sex drive, it's only so long before he tempers out. Because I mean, you are going to get bored. He will get bored. And I know guys that have told me that they can have sex 5 times a day, go home, masturbate, and then go sleep with their girlfriend and wives. Like, good Lord, boy, what did God bless you with for you to just hump like rabbits? You got a man that can do all that, you best believe he probably got a side chick somewhere. Like, good Lord. And you talking about you're going to marry him and you're going to be the only person he has sex with for the next 50 years and he has a high sex drive? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nuts. Literally nuts.
But the whole thing is just be honest. Be like, look, I have a high sex drive, so if you're going to be with me, it's probably going to be side chicks too. And if you ain't down, we walk away. Because there will be a woman, he'll find it, but like, you know what? As long as you take care of the household, don't bring me back no diseases or no babies, I'm good to go. Because a lot of these athletes, you know, when these women marry these athletes, that's what they telling them. You know these athletes.
I have that rule. I'm like, don't embarrass me and don't let me see it. Because at the end of the day, I don't have time to follow to see what's going on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And right. I think if you're that kind of person that you playing PI, you need to be single. I don't have the time to follow behind my wife to figure out where she at, what she doing, and none of that.
Absolutely.
I don't have the energy. You see what I'm saying? Right. And I think that people, man, you know, and the point of me being with her don't have nothing to do with none of that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not with her 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And right. So, you know, man, that's what blind faith is. You have to have blind faith that a person gonna do the right thing. Okay? And if Absolutely. They don't, then you know what? It is what it is. Because a lot of people got to understand this. You can do everything. Me and her was just talking about this this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You can do everything right and things still turn out wrong.
Absolutely.
So it's not you. It could just be simply the other person just want something different.
Absolutely.
But you can't get caught up in that. Only thing, like you said, Sky, don't bring me no kid that ain't mine,
mm-hmm.
and no STD.
And no STDs, absolutely. And don't be out here screwing somebody who's crazy, who's gonna play games, come to the front door, or stop house. You know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, making it public information.
Thank you. You know, at least find somebody that's gonna play their role.
Right.
But you know, most side chicks sometimes, man, some of them don't play their role. It gets too good. I need you to leave your wife and be with me. Like, no, you knew what this was. I'm not leaving my wife to be with you. You know, so what you doing, the dog will come out in the light anyway. But I'm just saying, I'm sorry, y'all. It's 2024, man. It's hard to be like, for the younger people, 16, 17, 20, 25, 30, 35. If y'all got a great sex life going on, especially the men, because men are the biggest whores I've ever seen in my life. They probably got a side chick. I'm sorry. Or they still sleeping with their baby mama. I'm sorry. I just got to keep on.
Yeah, because for the most part, man, Dudes, we're fire ant hole. We're hump a fire ant hole.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
And
gonna
it
tell you
doesn't have
the truth.
to do with love, man. It's just when that part of the body starts to talk and your wife ain't around,
I better make sure he or she is a freak.
Yeah.
You know? And you hope that y'all together long enough that your relationship exceeds that. Because at some point, when you want a person for a long, long time, it has to exceed sex.
Right. Has to. Has to.
You
and
know,
so that's what it is
somebody
with the side chick. What's that girl's name that passed away? Gangsta Boo. When her first CD came out, right? I don't know if you listened to her first CD back in 1999, Nemo. But she had a song that says, as long as I'm the other woman, I'm the only other woman. You can have your wife and you can have me, but you better not have another woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So if he's with the wife and he's with you, then what's stopping him from having a third girl or a fourth girl or a fifth girl? It's crazy.
These fools out here crazy, I'm telling you. They out here nuts.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what else is nuts, y'all. So this is nuts. And I'm not shocked by this, but I'm like, wow. Let me go ahead and stop this music and play this. Jump into this right quick. Because I don't even know how I felt when I watched this video. But here we go.
Reconnaissance with it and do whatever they wanted with it. Apparently back in 2018, they had a government program codenamed Pigeon, which they started creating drones that look like birds. Now, they didn't disclose whether or not they were going to be intended for operations in urban environments, but I would assume that they're trying to use them in any environment where they could, gain an advantage. Now, in 2022, the Middle Kingdom created a mechanical flying bird weighing 1,600 grams with a mechanical wingspan of 2 meters, and it was powered by a lithium battery and was able to stay in the air for an hour and a half. Pretty crazy stuff. So here's a video of a PLA Marine using a bird-like drone that's actually flapping its wings and flying through the air. Now, apparently China's been using drones that had characteristics of actual birds for quite some time to be used in urban environments because it would be like natural cover and concealment because it's like hiding in plain sight because it doesn't look like a drone from far away and you wouldn't know it was a drone until you were like holding it right in front of you. But they could still conduct reconnaissance with it and do whatever they wanted with it. Apparently back in 2018, they had a government program codenamed Pigeon, which they started creating. So here's a video.
So I wanted to talk about this because when I watched this video, what's the scary part of it? A lot of farmland.
Mm-hmm.
We hear them stories of them buying lots of farmland, most of military bases, and a lot of property. Right. So then that brings this to light. Could you imagine our government being able to fly something like this?
Yeah,
and that's some scary ass shit.
They probably already doing it. Our government, they probably already doing it. And we don't even know.
I think so too. And that's scary, man.
Yeah. Because with the Patriot Act, it's no stopping them from doing nothing like that. That was the whole of the Patriot Act, is to be able to tap in the average citizens' homes and conversations to make sure terrorism is not coming within the border. That's Homeland Security, pretty much. So with Patriot Act, they can have pencils, birds, cars, lions. You can see a dog up and down the street, and it might be a robotic dog that the damn government is using to pick up information.
Alexis, all that stuff like Alexis, and man, even these HD TVs.
Absolutely.
That make me wonder. Because
we used to have Demo. You remember that? They were saying that when these TVs started first coming out, that people could hack the cameras on the TVs, hack the cameras on your computers, and see you live. You think your computer's off and your TV is off, but if it has a camera, or your laptop, if it has a camera on there, the government and hackers can still get into it and turn it on without you even touching it. Can you imagine that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And even on your phone, if there's a camera built into anything, it can be turned on and hacked into.
You know the funny thing that you said that? A lot of people be like, you know, they talk about the chip, the implant. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't ever think it's going to be an implant. I think the implant is the phone. Mm-hmm. The phone is the chip. Mm-hmm. Because we give up information, banking information, you know, man, personal information, photos, location. So we give up freely all our information.
All of it. Because what has happened to us, man, we do something and it gets on the internet or AKA the cloud and it's up there forever, right? So back when I was a youngin', think about it. You go fill out a job at McDonald's. After 6 months, the application is good. You know what they tell you after 6 months you have to do another? Because they destroy that application. They will shred it, all your information. That's why applications were only good for 3 to 6 months. And if you didn't get the job within then, you have to fill out a new one. It's not like that no more. Now they get your information and they store it on the cloud. That's why you can apply for a job and 2-3 years later go back and not have to fill out a different application because it's still there. So think about all the information that we put out there, from cell phones to houses to bills to jobs. Look how many people have our social security number, banking, everything, because they're not destroying that stuff no more. It's in the cloud. So yeah, I can just see how terrible things are going to get.
Yeah, I found that. I thought it was intriguing, and I was like, man, this is nuts. I know I was going to show you on one of these shows. We're going to talk about how close we are to actually having humanoids amongst us. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're this close to having humanoids. Because you think about it, Sky, I was having a conversation on one, you know, Facebook, they got a lot of different groups, like discussion groups. Mm-hmm. And I was talking about how relationships in about 10 years going to be very hard. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. They already got these sex dolls, right? Mm-hmm. And they got these robots. Now they got these robots. I'm talking about iRobot robots. What happens when they combine the two? Because they're close.
They're close.
So what happens when they combine the two?
Absolutely. Think about this. So you know how you can go to a sperm bank? A woman can go to a sperm bank and she can choose her child now. I mean, they're playing God. So you can say, I want a child with blonde hair, blue eyes, six-pack abs, and they will go through the list of the DNA of the sperm and get you what you need, right? So think about it as a man. If I could freeze my sperm or store it, get Becky 4000, it looks like a woman, because they're probably going to have it to the point where her uterus might be real too, right? And inject it, I would be able to raise that child on my own with a humanoid mama, but yet I don't have to worry about all the problems of child support, her side of the family, none of that stuff. I'm not saying it's going to ever happen, but the options are endless when you get to that.
It's possible, because you already think. They already, with the transgender group, they already working on that part of science. Because you know, if they can get it to a point where men can carry kids and they figure that out, then why wouldn't they be able to do it with a machine?
Well, test tube babies, they're doing it already with a machine. So that's what we used to call test tube babies, where they grab the egg and grab the sperm and put it in an incubator and watch the baby grow.
Incubated? Yeah.
So take that incubator and put it in Becky 4000, right? As a pseudo uterus. I mean, I know it kind of sounds like it's crazy, but man, what you saying, if they do that, it's endless.
We never thought cell phones. Did you ever think in the 80s that phones would be where they at right now?
No, hell no. So I didn't even think there would be a such thing as a cellular phone, to be honest with you.
So think about that. Think about, you know, how far and how fast they're coming along with science. It's not out the picture.
No.
And then you see this war, it's a gender war going on already. So it's not far-fetched. You look, and men, you know, these men, it's a lot of men waving the white towel, throwing it, and women too. I don't need no man. I'd rather be with a bear than a man. Well, we're getting there. We're getting close to humanoids.
It's going to be, I hope it never turns to this, but it's going to be a point to the world's going to be so introvert that you won't be able to live here. You know, it's okay to have some introverts like me, but you can have a whole world full of introverts. And what I mean that is people scared to interact with other people. When I was
already there, Sky.
Right, you went into a bank and you talked to somebody. You went into a gas station and you talked to somebody. You went into a grocery store and you talked to somebody. Now we're just talking to machines.
Let me even simplify it even more than that. I was telling, me and the wife was having a conversation. And I was like, you know, the one thing that I'm glad that I got to experience, something as simple as a love letter. You know the time it would take for you to go get a pencil and paper and then literally write out your thoughts. That takes a lot of investment.
Right.
And communication. Because you gotta get everything you gotta want to say on a piece of paper or two.
Absolutely.
And it took you investing time.
That's right.
They don't even, how many people gonna even experience that?
They won't. AI will take over and you need to write somebody a love letter. Hey, AI, write this letter.
Most people text. You think about this. We had pagers. So the person you dated, they didn't get on your damn nerves every day. Right?
Right.
Now, you got cell phones and it's so easy to access somebody. They made long distance relationships easy now. Think how complicated that was. Now you can get on video. How long will it be before you be able to touch them?
Absolutely. I remember long distance relationships. I remember long distance relationships back in the day with postcards. People would send you a postcard. If I see a postcard today, I would cry. Because I'm like, who still makes those? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you had long distance, but you had long distance, but you had to say everything you wanted to say in a short span of time. Now you can talk for hours.
Absolutely. Video
it's
chatting.
So crazy. You could talk to somebody the half a world away.
Half a world away. As if y'all sitting right next to each other. You're right. Absolutely.
So it's nuts, man. I'm so glad I didn't grow up in this. That's why relationships ain't working. Nothing's private, first and foremost, and then they made it where everybody can be lazy. There's no effort. Man, when I had to date my wife, writing them love letters, you know, planning I ain't really planning. I just want to pick her up and say, let's go out to eat or let's go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I planned it and just yourself and this, come on, let's go. Now, everything is lazy. You can be lazy. It's easy to be lazy.
Do you know I still have letters that I was writing back when I was in high school in my drawer in my room? I remember writing this girls pages and pages, and I still have them. I have a letter that I had a best friend named Nick Stembridge, and he was dating this girl, and she wanted me to give him the letter, and I did. How I still have it, I have no clue. And you know how you back in the day you had to fold the letters a certain way where it looked like a little small envelope? I still have that, and it says to Nick Stembridge, 1992. It's in my drawer right now. Do you hear me? And then that day when I cleaned out my drawer, I look at that like, man, this is how we
do. You know the effort? You know the effort that you had to? Man, I would even spray, cologne on mine.
Yep.
My old lady would spray a perfume, and first thing I did when I got her letter, you know what I'm saying? Man,
absolutely. Like
man, I couldn't imagine dating now. I couldn't imagine dating now. I would be miserable.
Man,
if I was on the market, I would be, if something ever happened and I was out here, I would be miserable.
Yeah.
Because, man, that stuff, man, to get on the radio and, man, I know you did this, bro. The dedicated song to your old lady on the radio, the effort You had to sit there and call them over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I want to dedicate this song. You hope she heard it?
Absolutely. Man, I was sitting over a girl house with her and her friends, and they had a local radio station in their city. And it was like, from such and such to Sky Black, this song's for you. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I did it before you got up here. I was like, oh, sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, over the radio.
Come here, girl. Come here.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, and them days over with. Them days over with. Like, I couldn't imagine it. I'm like, woo. I'm off the market, man. That sales sign is off of me. Thank God. I'm telling you, man, I couldn't, because I don't get it. This technology is too much for me some days. Sometimes I have to unplug from it.
Right. I mean, it depends on how you use it. Sometimes it's good. Like if you live in the United States and your grandmama's in Asia, okay, I understand the video chatting and all that stuff. But the more technology is going to get, the more expensive the world is going to get.
Well, not only that, Sean, it's this. It's like these stories. These stories that have an effect on you. When you see them over and over and over about men cheating, women cheating, you don't think that play a role on our psyche? Hell yeah, it do.
Yeah, and women are now like out there, because back in the day, most women stayed at home. They cooked, cleaned, and take care of the babies. They didn't have time to go out and cheat. Only way women could cheat back then is if the man came to the house and the husband wasn't there. The mailman, quote unquote fake cousin. Now women have so much freedom now. They can go out and do whatever they want to do. So
did you see the video of the nurses, the black dude and the white chick?
What video?
Where she, I gotta send it to you.
Okay.
She called her husband, and the dude, the dumbass, the dude that was the nurse, that he was filming this dumb shit like an idiot. But the female nurse called her husband, lied to him, said that she got to work overnight.
Right.
But she got a hotel and spent the night at the hotel with the coworker. And this is all on video. So of course they was gonna send it to the husband, right? Of course they was gonna send it to their job, right?
Right.
And so the dude lost his job. And I don't know what happened with the woman, but I'm quite sure her husband found out about it. And he got proof. So the internet, man, you know, you see this stuff, and as women, y'all really need to unplug from the internet, because y'all are emotional creatures. This stuff is not healthy for y'all to see this over and over, because y'all already have a wild imagination anyway. And so when y'all see this stuff over, men know how to logically, it is what it is. We know it go on, it is what it is. But we're logical. A lot of y'all women, y'all aren't logical. Y'all are emotional. This stuff play on y'all emotions. And I can tell, because when y'all talk about it, you can hear the emotion come out in your voice, that it bothers y'all. So I think women need to unplug from this even more than we do.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree 100% on that. And then every now and then, man, you know, you can still find you a good one, a good man, a good woman, good old-fashioned values. You ain't got to worry about nothing, but few far in between right now, right?
Yeah, sure is.
So if you was born in the year 2010, you should be about 14 now, right? I feel sorry for you, because everything is so high, everything's so technology, that what is it that you're going to do that has nothing to do with IT? You know, and so nowadays when you get married, you probably gonna have to have a courthouse or have a ceremony. You just get married online, right? Because I'm an online notary. Have an online notary, just notary, and go ahead about yourself. You know.
Right. You're right, man.
Get your driver's license online.
Y'all than me.
All that stuff, man. It'll. And again, I don't want the world to be like me. I was just raised differently, and I don't trust a lot of humans. But we were put on this earth to be creatures of habit, get to know other people, help other people. You know, I was just like, but for me, when they built ATMs and I didn't have to go in and talk to each other, I loved it. When I go into McDonald's, I ain't got to look at nobody. I just do the kiosk. I love because that's just me. But as a world, we should not be like that. When people quit talking to each other, that's when you're going to have a problem. Because if we all sat down and talked to each other, it would be a better world, Damo. We might not agree, right? Like I agree, marriage is between a man and a woman. But if I sit down and talk to people that is married to the same sex, and we just have an understanding, I ain't got to agree with you, you ain't got to agree with me, but we can coexist. But when we're not talking, and all I'm seeing is you marching up and down the streets, and then you seeing KKK marching up and down the streets, and then you seeing Black Lives Matter marching up and down the streets, we don't know who's mad about what, because ain't nobody took the time to sit down and talk.
Right. And you know, to me, it's to each his own, even if I don't agree with it. Right. But don't push your beliefs on me.
Right.
Whatever you want to believe, go ahead. Don't push it on me.
Absolutely. You know, and that's just how it is. And so I just want folks to just know, if you talk things out, I just believe things will be much better. Hell, my life would probably be much better if I started opening it up and talking to more people, but hell, that's too late for me.
I agree. Y'all, we have come to the end. Sky, you want to go ahead and let them know tonight what you got going on? My voice going on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, the D-Bling Radio Show. Hey, y'all. OffTopRadio.com. That is OffTopRadio.com from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The replay. You know, if you have music that you want to send, that's sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com. You know, hopefully y'all will join me. Excuse me. Hopefully y'all join me tonight. We're gonna have some fun. You know, new music. Listen to some music and just maybe even just because I can go live on the show too. Hell, even have a general conversation. It just depends on what you, the fans, want. So tune in tonight. And then let's give a shout out to everybody who's chimed in. There's Faith. Thank you, Faith. Rachel. Hey, Rachel, if you're still listening, I know we talked about NFW or RFW. Did you go to Demolition Pro Wrestling too? So shouts out to Rachel. Shouts out to Malfunction. Yeah, Malfunction. If it's Friday at 1 p.m., man, I should be able to be up there if you're still listening. David Lackey Jr., brother, are you going to be at the next Top Rope show, September the 21st? Who else commented? Calvin, man, shouts out to him, man. Are you going to be at the next No Limit Pro show? Let me see. Miranda G, shouts out to her. Leela, shouts out to you. Thank you for joining. Jasmine, shouts out to you too. Jimmy, I hope you're having a great day, my brother. And Johnny Demento, aka my tag team partner, the New Era Demon, shouts out to you, brother. I hope everything is going good.
Man, we thank y'all. If you guys catch this recap, even when the show is over, you can still share it with your friends and family. We appreciate it. I always want to leave with this. Hold on, let me get my water.
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh, voice going out. I always like to lead up with this. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So only worry about the things you can control, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank y'all. God bless. We are out till next Tuesday. We have another wild show, y'all. Till then, we love y'all. Peace and blessings. Be safe.